Welcome back to my channel. Hello again. And if you're new here, my name is Susan and I am documenting my journey to lose 80 plus pounds. I'm currently using the Weight Watchers digital app for my plan. And it's a week 28 update. And just so you know, I am not a doctor, nutritionist, or fitness coach. All the opinions expressed in these videos are mine. It's my experience that I just want to go out and share. And I'm just documenting what works for me, what doesn't work for me, triumphs, tribulations, challenges. And hopefully, I know for me, filming these has been the best accountability. And I hope it encourages you to continue on in your journey, whatever plan you choose, what works best for you, whether that's plant-based, keto, Weight Watchers, or staying in a calorie deficit, using a different app, whatever works best for you. My encouragement is to just stay the course. And yeah, so this week I did go out to eat 2 times. We had my husband's birthday, we had our anniversary, and I've been on just a little bit of a break. I needed it for my mental health, been going through some stuff with my mom's health. In fact, in a little while we'll be leaving for some more testing. So I just needed to kind of pull back, relax a bit. But now I'm ready. So I'm calling this the October reset. So it's October 2nd when I'm filming this. And there's 3 months left to the year. And I am bound and determined to start 2026 under 200 pounds. So this morning I weighed in at, let me check my app, 204.4. So I am up another 0.9. Last week when I weighed in, I was up 1.5. So that's what happens when you loosen the reins, which I did. Am I shocked by this? No. When I review what I eaten, I had a couple days where I definitely ate over my points. And let me just get back here to yesterday's. So yeah, I was minus 36 Weight Watchers points for the week. So I ate through my dailies, my weeklies, activity points, and then some. Not shocking when you go out to eat, and I eat exactly what I want. I don't limit myself when I do go out because it's just such a nice break from not having to cook and clean up. So yeah, so I gained a little weight, but I started back on being more on plan October 1st. And that's what I'm looking to do for the next 3 months, especially the month of October. I'm calling it a reset because I don't have any birthdays or anything coming up where, I may indulge a little too much like I did for my husband's birthday and our anniversary. So what I did, I got a little visual here just to remind me. And all it is a dry erase calendar. And I have specific goals that I want to focus on. And one of them is to stay in my points budget. I get a daily points budget of 23 points. And then I get weeklies. I do not want to exceed the weeklies like I did. I don't want to be in the negative anytime in October. But I want to make it a point to be as close to my 23-point daily budget as possible. The other goal is 70,000 steps a week. So that would averages out to 10,000 steps a day. I don't always get 10,000 steps a day, so I'm going to have to bump that up. Is do Pilates or bar DVDs 4 times a week. And I've decided on that because when I do those kind of videos, the bar and Pilates, even with light hand weights, I actually really enjoy how my body feels afterwards. I feel kind of lengthened and a little bit more graceful, and my posture's better, and I don't get the joint aches like I do. And I'm sore, but I don't get that soreness that lasts for days on days, and the stiffness that I get when I was doing heavy weightlifting. So for the rest of the year, I'm just focusing on bar DVDs and Pilates DVDs, using light weights and some bands. But my ultimate goal is I'm very stocky naturally, narrow hips, broad shoulders, broad back, thick legs. And I just want to really streamline. I can't, we can't predict or encourage where the weight falls off. And I have, quite a large middle, but I just want to, streamline as much as possible. So that's why I'm going to be focusing on the ballet bar workouts and Pilates. And yesterday I did this one, element bar conditioning, and I just did the, let's see. Oh, the burn and firm. There's two different workouts on this. It was a half hour. So I did the burn and firm, and I had to stop the video quite a few times. My legs were shaking. I was sweating. And I'm like, I'm not the most physically active human being, but I've got some stamina. But I was shaking, and this morning I'm sore, and I know everything that worked. And I was just using my body weight. I used a regular, kitchen chair for my bar. I didn't have any weights, any bands, nothing. It was just body weight and those little tiny moves. And boy, did I feel it today. Okay, so that's 4 times a week. And the other goal I'm going to be focusing on is no food after 7 p.m. And a little bit of intermittent fasting without. I've tried 16/8. That doesn't work out for me. I just get too hungry, and then I start obsessing over food. Cutting it off at 7 p.m. means I'm going to get at least 12 to 14 hours of no food, just to give my body a break, and also cut out that snacking at night. So the other thing that came up, and if you are on Weight Watchers, they've added some more guidelines, personalized guidelines. So now they have a calorie range depending on your level of activity. They've got a range for protein, carbs, fats, fiber, added sugar, sodium. So you have a guideline of where you're, when you look at, after you track your food, you can look and see kind of where you are within the guidelines. And what I noticed when this showed up on my app was it had me as sedentary. And I'm like, so I looked that up, and it's like sedentary is if you sit 6 hours or more a day, less, 5,000 or less steps a day. And the past couple of weeks, I definitely have not been getting my steps in. So I'm like, no wonder why I'm not losing weight, and I'm struggling a bit. So for the calorie range, I bumped it to light activity, because that's where I normally am with my steps and my workouts. So it's giving me a calorie range of 1,450 to 1,650 calories. Now I was aiming for 1,600. For the next week, I'm going to try that 1,450 number and see if the weight starts coming off a little bit more steady. Like I said, I really want to get into 2026 being under 200 pounds, as close to 190, 189 as possible. So that is my goal moving forward. And yeah, so just, this little visual reminder, and I'll put my workouts in as I go along. And so I have that to see where I'm at and keep me on track. So that's where we are. I gained a little weight, but I'm back on my plan. And I hope to see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're liking content like this, please hit that like button, share, subscribe, leave a comment. And I will see you soon. Have a great week. Bye-bye.